still on. And I kept on saying that we would never get a Channel 9 interview after I bagged the hell out of them last week. But then I said to myself, Rob, yes we can. Oh. So, ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to show you a segment that we went down to the block Sky High and we spoke to Scott Cam himself. Here we go. Have a look at this.
We are down here in South Melbourne on the set of The Block, where this season they are actually renovating an entire apartment block to sell to the highest bidder. Scott, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Rob. Thank you for coming.
Now, you've been on this show for quite a while.
Yes.
What's the most exciting thing about doing The Block every year? What do you get the most out of it?
Well, I think meeting new people, the new contestants turning up, they're green, they're nervous, they're frightened, and they don't know what to expect. You know, so I really love that initial couple of days when they're sort of just standing there with their sweaty palms, waiting for me to tell them something to do, and they're very easily moulded at that point. As time goes on, they start getting a bit savvy and they tell me to get lost. You know, but in the early days, it's a lot of fun.
Do you feel like a parent when they're sort of like that early days, you're raising them and you're helping nurture, and then they fly away from the nest?
Absolutely. I call them the kids. They are the kids, and they're always coming to me for advice. And do we have to do this? And when does this happen? And rah rah rah. And we don't want to do this. We need some sleep. And we're going to have bad luck. So I think my job as a parent of the kids
yes.
is to when they're crying, which they do a lot of, I give them a hug, and when they're happy, I poke them in the ribs and make them cry.
Well, with The Block, you've been with it since 2010. So, what do you think the secret of The Block's success is for it being not only one of the most successful renovating shows, but one of Australia's biggest shows?
Yeah, well,
of the last couple of years.
I think, Rob, that it's because we create a family viewing program. So instead of Susie and Johnny on Facebook and Instagram and doing their thing that they do, social media, and mum and dad reading the paper and mum doing something else, watching telly, say, we get the whole family to come together for an hour a night.
Now, you have experience with renovating and stuff like that. Has there been any surprises with what the guys bring to the show? And so, like, any renovating, inspirations you've gone, I've never thought of that?
Yeah. Absolutely. Look, I'm giving myself a rap here, but I'm not a bad builder, but I'm a pretty ordinary designer. So if someone gives me some plans, I can build it for them. But as far as design goes, I'm amazed. I mean, Rob, have a look at this room here. Beautiful artwork there, a few cushions, timber feature wall around the telly.
Yeah.
And then, what about the wallpaper?
The wallpaper's outstanding.
Yeah. The judges had to come and feel it. They thought it was concrete, but it's actually wallpaper.
That's fantastic.
Brilliant. Less is more.
Less is more.
I'm guilty of that.
Who do you think is going to win this year?
As I said, they are my children, and as a parent, I love all my children equally.
But?
No, there's no but. No, I think they've all done an outstanding job in different ways.
So to finish up, a bit of a sneak preview. Next week, next episode is the reveal of the
lounge dining.
Lounge dining.
Yes.
Any things we can look out for?
Well, enormous electronic equipment going into lounge dining because as a bloke, I love my tellies and things like that because I'm on the telly, so I love big tellies.
Got to get the good sound system.
Yeah, that's right.
Scott Cam all over the room.
And I think that they've done some great stuff with their TVs and their electronics and their screens and things like that. Furniture, of course, is always outstanding. They do great work with that. And so, as usual, the lounge dining is as good as all the other rooms are.
Wonderful. Can't wait to see it. Scott Cam, thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Round of applause. Right there.
Scott Cam! Now, here this week, ladies and gentlemen, is a very busy man. He has taken the time out to listen to your calls, and he's generously going to share his wisdom to the viewers at home. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, with Dilruk Dilemma or Ask Dilruk, Dilruk Jayasinha!
Thank you. You talking pencil. Yes, good evening and all that. Yes, I'm still here. Apparently this week they've got me answering your stupid questions, ladies and gentlemen. And help solve all these problems you're clearly too dim-witted to solve yourself. And you're so lucky because I've been known to give some of the greatest advice people ever had. Like, who do you think came up with ideas for the Ice Snack 2.0, Celebrity Splash, and crotchless underpants as a Mother's Day gift? Still PG. All right, let's go to the first caller.
Hi, Duru. My name's Melissa. 2 days ago, I found a weird lump on my elbow, and it's starting to really hurt. What should I do?
Well, first of all, good job contacting me. Like, I know you're probably tempted to go to a doctor or get help online, but no! You did the right thing. Thought that guy on community TV can help you out. People devoted their lives to medicine and the care of others? Nah, bugger that. I'll ask the guy who buys his suits from Big W. Melissa, seeing as you're so reliant on advice from people from the television, I've consulted with my pals Dr. Rove, Dr. Homer Simpson, and Dr. the blonde guy from True Blood. And we've all come to the same conclusion. You're suffering from a case of severe dickheadery. I prescribe you take 3 reality checks a day, followed by 2 minutes of slapping your stupid face. If your symptoms persist, probably go see a doctor, you numbskull. Next caller.
Hi, Durek. My name's Sam. I was just wondering why flamingos are pink.
Well, Samuel, you're clearly a special kind of moron, aren't you? Look, everyone knows flamingos are pink because they eat algae and crustaceans that contain pigments called carotenoids. Fact. Get a freaking encyclopedia or learn something. Caller 3. Fair enough. Love is nature's way of tricking people into reproducing. Not in this time slot, Tina. Next.
When I broke up with my boyfriend, my friend Stacey told me that her friend Tara said that her mum saw Tom with Stephanie Harris, but Tom told me that he would never cheat on my other...
Next caller, please.
Hi, Durek. I've got a vegetarian friend coming over for dinner. What pizza toppings would you recommend for her?
Vegetarian. You, sir, need to know that vegetarians suck massive cornbread. You're a disgrace. Vegetarian pizza? That's like ordering a large Big Mac meal with a Diet Coke. Or going to a brothel for a hug. Still PG. So, you need to grow some massive meatballs and shove that salami in your mouth. That's a Subway joke. Eat fresh. Next.
Hi Dill, this is Dr. Johnson from the clinic. We've got your test results back and it doesn't look good. You're going to need some cream for the warts, but the swelling should go down naturally. I'm afraid you're going to have to come back in for another consultation and you may want to bring Karen.
I gotta go. Sorry, that's it, that'll do.
Durek Jayasinghe! Has performed at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival 4 years running, as well as the 2013 Adelaide Fringe, Perth International Comedy Festival, and Melbourne Fringe Festival. He's done so much and he's just 22. You know what? This young man is making me feel incredibly old and useless. A big round of applause for Dave Wanake!
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dave, and last year a Herald Sun reviewer described me as looking like a cross between Justin Bieber and Steve Buscemi. But don't worry, I took his professional advice on board. I got myself a haircut. Now I'm told I look like a cross between Tilda Swinton and Steve Buscemi. So who's laughing now, reviewer? Not me. Not me. I've recently come to terms with the fact that despite being 22 years old, my face is still a homing beacon for pedophiles. So thanks for coming out and tracking me down tonight. It's good to see you. It's really good to see you. Now, I wish I could tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm some sort of out there, edgy comedian, but I'm afraid I'm not. I've been trying to get edge. Like recently, tonight I wanted to bring a live cat onto stage and sort of just punch it in the face a few times, you know, just to alienate the audience a bit. Like half of you would be like, yeah, we hate cats, and the other half would be like, boo, we love cats. But then I'd slowly reveal that it's actually a dog dressed as a cat the whole time. Then everyone that was cheering would be like, boo, and all the people that were booing would be cheering, and everyone would like question reality. But then I realised just because you're either a cat person or a dog person, it doesn't mean you necessarily hate the other species enough to want to see them tortured live on television. So then I do a third reveal, and it turns out it's actually Tony Abbott dressed as a dog, dressed as a cat the whole time! Yeah! And everyone's cheering, and we all beat Tony to death, and then we go and get ice cream, and it's the best, yeah! So that's my edgy material. So I'm not very edgy, but and I'm not very practical either. Like tonight to be on the show, I had to fill out a form backstage. And I'm really terrible at forms. I always come up with the most ingenious ways to ruin a form. Like I'm standing there, filling out the form, name, Dave Warnocky. Surname, every time. It's lucky that I'm here at all tonight because I have the internet, so I don't go out anymore. But I love the internet. I love the internet. The internet it's amazing. Like the internet is how I found out that I'm attracted to ladies. For a long time, I really didn't know. I had no idea, so I decided to Google it. I asked Google, "Am I straight?" Search. Google said, "Did you mean I am straight?" And I thought, yeah, I guess I am. So I'm into women now. It's going well. Everything's going well in my life except for one thing, and that is I am scared to death of absolutely everything. I'm terrified of life, and my biggest fear is sharks. I don't know, it sounds like a rational fear. A lot of people are scared of sharks. They're a man-eating, killing machine. But the fact is, more people choke on ballpoint pens than are killed by sharks every year, ladies and gentlemen. More people are killed by falling coconuts than are killed by sharks. That's a fact. So next time you're swimming in the ocean, start panicking about sharks, relax. Chances are you're going to be fine. But if you're doing your homework whilst eating a bounty, you are dead. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my time. My name's Dave. Thank you very much.
Dave Warnocky! So you can follow Dave Warnocky on his website, davewarnocky.com. It should be right up along there. Do it right there. This is Live on Bowen. We'll be back after these messages. Don't go